Hello, a very good evening, everyone. I hope you all are fit and healthy. You all are taking all precautions from the virus. And welcome to the channel of Arham College. Today, I'm Miss Aisha Siddiqui. We'll be doing a topic of SYVA and the general English. So, I will first tell you all what we have done in the previous videos. So, we have done articulators, places of articulation. I will show you as I show you in every video. This is the book I'm referring to, Linguistics, and today we'll be doing on page number 8, places of articulation is done. I will just quickly say what all is done in it. Labial, labiodental, dental, alveolar, alveopalatal, and retroflex, palatal, velar, glottal. So these are the things. Then we have done manners of articulation. Stop, nasal, fricative, affricative, lateral, rhotic, and glide. So these were all the things that we've done in the previous videos. Today we'll be doing a new concept on page number 13 if you are referring to the book. And it is vowels. Now if you see, everyone knows what are vowels, right? We've done it all in our childhood, in our school days, what are vowels and everything about it, such as we know what is A, E, I, O, U, right? That is vowels. But let's do something in more detailing as we're not kids right now, right? So we'll be moving ahead. I'm reading from the same book and I'm reading this page over here of vowels. So the speech sounds that are produced without any obstruction to the air passage in the vocal tract is called vowels. So any word that is coming out of a mouth without any obstruction from the air passage is known as vowels. Now, what do you mean by that? When you say A, you're seeing there's no air obstruction. E, no air obstruction. I, O, U. So in all these 5 vowels, there are no air obstructions while saying all these vowels. So any words, any letters that do not have that are known as vowels. Hence, the air passage is not built up at any point above the glottis, right? So during articulation, the air stream vibrates. The airstream actually vibrates due to the movement of vocal cords, that is from here, and the vocal tract acts as a resonating chamber. So from here it vibrates and it comes here, and you can feel it when you keep your fingers on your nose, and you can see if you say any word like H or E, when you say that, you can feel the vibration. A, E, I, O, U. You can feel the vibration in your vocal cord as well as your air passage, right? During vowel articulation, what do you mean by articulation? I've already explained the manner of saying it, right? So while saying vowels, the cavities located above the glottis are merely resonating chambers. The shape of these glottis are merely resonating chambers, The shape of these cavities can be modified by the different positions of the tongue and the shape of the lips, right? Everything keeps on changing every time. This results in directing the outgoing airstream in definite manner. Now, vowels have different classification. They are classified into different types, right? So there is a tongue height, then a backness, and a rounding. What do you mean by tongue height? Vertical dimension. So whenever a tongue goes up, I said, like when it blocks the air passage, L, right? So that's called the tongue height. Then the backness, how behind you're taking your tongue while saying that. You can, for example, for the letter R, I said in the previous video itself that when you're saying letter R, you do not have to bring your tongue here right in front and say R, R. It's not like that. You have to take your tongue behind at the back side and say R. All right. So that is the correct way of taking your tongue behind and saying it. Then the other one is rounding, right? So that's the lip position while saying it. E. O, U. So when you have to round your lips, those are the different vowels. Now, tongue height is classified as high, close, mid, or low. So when it is very high, it touches up like that height. The middle one is just like that, and low, you know it. The backness feature can be verified as front, central, and last. So your tongue is in the front like that, and in the middle, and just behind. Then lip rounding can be classified as rounded lips and unrounded lips, that is spread lips, right? So two types of rounding lips also is there. So whole round and then spreading, E. So if you say O, the rounded lips, E, the spreaded lips. So these are all different articulation of vowels. During the articulation of vowels, if the tongue is raised towards the roof of the mouth, that is high above, it is referred to as a closed vowel. Whenever your tongue is high above, it is referred as a closed vowel, referring to the jaw as being closed during articulation. For example, the word I. English words such as meat, right? The sound I, but the letter E. Okay, so meat. You can see that it is spreading out. Now, there are many more examples such as that. When the articulation of vowels is with the tongue positively relative towards the front of the mouth, it is the front vowel. Whenever tongue is coming in front of your mouth, it is called the front vowel. And whenever your tongue is going behind, so it's known as the back vowel. Now, let's come to the last part of vowels. That is, when the tongue is positioned at the center region of the mouth, the articulated vowel is the central vowel, right? Examples of central vowel in English are the front mid vowel, that is E. You can see that. Then occurs in English generally as a vowel in the diphthong. Two adjacent vowels are vowel vowels. For example, take, take. A and E both are coming in it. During the articulation of certain vowels, the lips are rounded and they're known as rounded vowels, as I said. When the lips spread apart during articulation, the resulting vowel are unrounded vowels. So the rounded ones, when your lips are rounded, the spreaded ones are unrounded vowels. The low vowels are usually articulated with the lips in neutral position. In English language, the phoneme inventory comprises of rounded vowels such as well as the unrounded vowels, that is I, E, U. So this was everything about vowels, right? So what all we did in this, if you can see, we know the basic vowels A, E, I, O, U, right? But when we went ahead to learn more about vowels, we saw tongue height, rounding, and backness. Tongue height also has three parts: high, middle, low. Then the backness, front, central, back. Roundness is the round and the spreaded part, right? So in all of this, you will understand high, raised, and low, different parts in each and everything. So vowels are not that easy as we feel, but each and every vowel have a different classification. Some come into tongue height, some come into rounding, some come into backness and front. All right. So according to that, we have to learn all the different vowels. So I hope you understood what all these vowels come under. Few come under height, rounding, and backness. All right. So this was everything about vowels. If you all want to read what I have just done in this lecture today, is on page number 13.